I think there's so much that we can look at as far as like toxic traits. But I think the biggest one, even outside of perfectionism and projecting, and then of course the small lies, I think the biggest one is just the boundaries. Like, I think that's the one that's most commonly overlooked, because not respecting your boundaries is like the number one toxic trait that people have that they don't realize they have, because your boundaries are everything. If you're not respecting that, then all that other stuff just goes out the window. Like, you can say you're about something, you can say what you will tolerate, what you won't tolerate, but when it comes down to it, your boundaries will be the ones that actually keep those words and actions in a line. Like, for me, the greatest example I can give is, like, I will allow people back into my life after I've seen the growth that I've accomplished, whether it be work related or internally or spiritually. Like, I've seen the growth that I've had when that person is absent from my life. And then when I, get comfortable and I'm like in cruise control with everything that I'm doing, I allow that person to come back in. It's not necessarily like we're like a relationship, but it's like you allow that person to come back in and eat up more and more of your time. And that productivity that you once had is now, diminished. The results that you were once getting are no longer becoming as easy. So I think the biggest thing is boundaries. Like, if you're saying, like, this chapter of my life that this person was once a part of has been closed, when you keep reopening that chapter, you're undoing all the progress that you've achieved, whether you realize it or not. There was a genesis that had to occur, of your revelation or whatever you want to call it, to get to that point where you realize that certain behaviors and certain people were attributing to your downfalls, and to let that person coming back in, thinking that your success is going to remain the same when they were part of the reason you were consistently coming short. That's like the biggest, you're selling yourself short first and foremost, but that's like the biggest thing that people constantly overlook, that like, you're not going to get the same results going back to the same thing.